Welcome everybody. This is another song reaction video. My name is Hannah. I'm a singer-songwriter. And this one is really worth scrolling past because it is the saddest, most ridiculous ballad ever. And it goes on. And it's the and on. And it's starts with A minor, but capoed on the 5th fret, mind you. So this one is really tough to get through. It's called Starlight. And now I'm kind of poking fun at it. It has some real emotions in it, as every good sad ballad should. But let's talk about my outlook. So much later, I can look back at this and just be like, maybe I should have thought more positive. But let's see what's going on with Starlight. It was about 20 years ago.
Well, try as you might to look down the tracks, it is gone.
Let's start again.
Well, try as you might to look down the tracks, it is gone. It isn't coming back. It was a fat train.
Now you might think, hey, there's nothing wrong with this. This is fine. This is like a little folk thing. But just wait until like the emotion gets so heavy and like the kind of pseudo country delivery just starts to wear into your bones. Get ready.
Full of cargo and it's so hard to let it go. I know.
Now I have to remember, I actually hadn't remembered this till just exactly literally this moment, but I think I was listening to some Jerry Garcia and David Grisman and trying to kind of invoke this old world-weary traveler type character in this song. And, you know, little lines like, full of cargo, so hard to let it go, I know. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so basically so far the narrator is saying it's a train full of cargo and you're watching it go away.
Well, I don't run like gazelles. At home, my mailbox is all bills.
I was getting a lot of student loan letters at the time. I do kind of enjoy rhyming gazelles with bills.
If I could rob that train on horseback by starlight, I would.
Now, I think the whole purpose of this song is like that one image. Like that's why I kept playing the song over and over. And like most of it's just schlock. But this one image I actually really like. And that's this like moment where you're on a horse charging this train. You know, it's like a runaway train, but like you're going to catch it. And like that one moment, I think just summed up kind of like my young, like this like fervor to like just really push something to the limit and just, you know, get what is falling from your grasp or something. I don't know if the rest of the song is worth that one feeling though. Well, it could be. It's up to you. Here we go. Let's keep going.
Well, I was getting sick of just hanging around. I hopped a train out South Dakota bound. I saw a woman.
It's funny how actually getting bills about my student loans, which were, is it Wilkes? No, it was Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. But I think there was another like bill center in South Dakota that I was getting letters from. I don't remember, but otherwise I have no connection to South, like the Dakotas. But the character in the song does. You know, it sounds like a traveler. He's going to the Dakotas. Let's see.
Men all dressed in gray, purple periwinkle gloves on her hands, on her lap lay.
So if we can follow, because I went from this first person thing to like this narrative all of a sudden. So I was getting sick of hanging around. I hopped a train. I was South Dakota bound. So this person now suddenly in the song decides to go to South Dakota. And they see this woman dressed in gray with purple periwinkle gloves. And that's kind of shorthand for this is like a woman who's well off if she has like nice periwinkle gloves. This is apparently set in like the 1800s or something.
She wore a locket around her neck. She caught my eye one minute and then looked away the next.
Now I kind of like that. It was a little Dylan-y somehow, but it was like this moment where she caught my eye one minute and looked away the next, where it's like you start to kind of get a sense of these characters on the train, like kind of like a movie, like there's all these characters. So that part I can see what I was going for.
Now I don't run like gazelles.
Repeating this part.
At home my mailbox is all bills. If I could ride that train on horseback by starlight, I would. Well, there was a man standing not far.
So of course, in hindsight, I can look back with like my song surgeon scalpel and be like, why did I put the kind of odd chorus from the first verse here? I don't want to get all technical. All I'm saying is now we're back to the narrative. Okay, there was a man standing there. What happened? Let's check it out.
Behind, who had something else entirely on his mind. The locket was a solid gold cross of Christ. No sign of movement had clued me into the heights.
Okay, so now there's a heist on this train. There was the woman dressed in gray with the periwinkle gloves with the locket. And now there was a man standing behind her who had something else entirely on his mind. And the locket was a solid gold cross of Christ. Now that sounds good. It's good, like word, what do they call it? Mushma or something. There's some word for it when it sounds good coming out of your mouth. But it's not mushma, but it's something like that. And sorry, I'm making myself laugh. Pardon me. One moment, please. The thing is, though, I've never seen a locket in the shape of a cross. Usually someone just wears a cross. And I don't know where I'm bringing in this imagery. I actually went to a Catholic college for a little bit. That's another story for another video or not. But point being, like, this religious imagery, it was something that was kind of just in the air because of a college I attended. And I've never seen a locket in the shape of a cross, but it's a song. And it's a locket. I think Christ and heist rhymed, which was, I think, the point here.
And he got off at Sioux Falls and wrote his name upon the wall.
That's just a rhyme, of course, but he gets off at Sioux Falls. So I did at least keep my geographical part of the narrative intact. Sioux Falls is in South Dakota.
He took the locket to his woman, who was dry white washerwoman, hands on her lap lay.
Okay, we got there. The point of the story now, if we can follow the narrative, is that the rich woman had the necklace. The guy in the song steals the necklace. He gets off the train, and now he takes the necklace to his woman. I know it's a very old-fashioned way to put it, pardon me, whose dry white washerwoman hands on her lap lay. So this is a woman that is poor. She has no gloves. She's a washerwoman. And he gives the necklace to her.
She picked up her face.
And she lifts up her face. This is actually kind of powerful. This moment.
Now I don't tell it like it is for any other reason other than this.
Okay, I have to laugh at my younger self because as I dig into this, I remember the song just being like, it's just so much. I do remember there are these little pockets of things I really liked. And one of the things I really liked about this song personally was, I don't tell it like it is for any other reason other than this. I think that's great. And maybe that line could be used somewhere else in a better, to better effect or something. But, telling it like it is, and now why are you telling it like it is? Let's find out.
Think twice before you start to miss what's been taken from you. It could be in good hands by now.
Okay, so I've really showed my hand here as being, there was a type of poem, I think it was in the 1800s, 1900s, something, I don't know what they were called, like a morality poem where like the point was to kind of tell the story, and then the punchline of the poem would be, what to do or what not to do. And I've really showed my hand here is that this song is a morality song where I'm trying to teach the listener, the characters in the song are trying to teach the listener, a distinct lesson. And And literally, I say it, it's not implied. So the lesson is think twice before you start to miss what's been taken from you. It could be in good hands by now. And I think I was lamenting the loss of something that I hadn't even really tried for, but I was still lamenting it. And then, of course, you could think to yourself, well, maybe it's in good hands by now. Is that just a psychological trick? Maybe, but it could be in good hands by now. Let's find out.
But the train moves fast once it gets going. Long way to go, no sign of slowing down for me.
And this is kind of the moment where we're back to the narrator. And now you see, even though you were ready to rob that train by Starlight, could you just imagine like being on a horse and like almost getting the train as it's speeding up, under this canopy of stars. Like I did actually see that canopy of stars one time when I was in Southern Illinois, and I was out with my friend, and we were out in this field, and there were so many stars you couldn't believe it. It was pitch black on these stars, and there was this train that came through. I mean, it wasn't like it was super close to us, but it was close enough. But I mean, it was pitch dark. We wouldn't have known that how close the tracks were to us, but it just this huge freight train that just came through the night, and it was just all these stars. And I'm remembering that now, and I think that's where I got this imagery of like the train at night and the starlight. And could you just rob that? Like, could you just make it? But it's going fast, and now at the end of the song, you kind of have to slow your horse down and watch as the train goes
on. It just keeps on moving through the desert night, and it gets quieter as it gets out of sight. But if I could rob that train on horseback by starlight, I would.
I was not expecting to get emotional hearing this song. I really thought I was just going to kind of make fun of it. Those feelings in it are real. And when you have to let something go, that's a moment. So I don't know if the song and all its going around with the narrative and everything worked, but I'm just feeling what I felt, maybe even more now than when I wrote it. And this song is called Starlight. Until next time, I'm Hannah, and look forward to more song reactions in the future.
Well, I was getting sick of just hanging around. I hopped a train out South Dakota bound.